Nekaba dubaka! Patisa! Kon mulis limo poi wanga kun wiskin. Chi itakanki changa kilikon. Pinkuin ko ka, hinba ni chaloda kun. Kun abashun ni chunchi, kakin cha nawabakaon. Changwaba chinyo, shangwi chama ucha, wishu yung kun. Tong itwamachi. Just cranky to pats nemo. Chi itakanki chana kilikon. Hinba muli rap wanaji. Hinba no kunikset abog. Just cranky to pats nemo. Chi itakanki chana kilikon.
Rundi haudonga kuhungabi. Wana kunbes. Jink palamul tong kimba na kongek. Tung ting ta chun kun nek muli rabest. Tong hai tuam jiji yumalit pa ang yingkotu. Tolba da bunkwalya gando de nago chuchut. Kachi chuay sa haudonga. Yumalit ka inkotun. Chilo mulra de ne bobo. Unga kun iskang bamulara. Kontichani. Mulira asyong turong uni patoga wang kachone tize. Ikratuk hartu chichiya. Watayuma kawama huhanek.
Uudasta hjälpa. Upptäcker kris. Svaret på riset det andefatt. Unitutla pandevokelva. Och i sidan hjälpa var inogan hjälpa. Svaret på riset det andefatt. Men bundas. She afterto. She enjoyed it out. And Rashi good. And she behind Bolivia. When now for the Jufta. Oh,
Genchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watuyama kama wona henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa mchawa. Dong abuk shami nonok. Shagji kina lorcha watamwana. Kin kun shishikin ni kin kun ban mulara jikun. Wama kun bes ching pala mule. Tune rana nuprata donko searcha domatama? Bona nakachu. Kicha badwang. Wanga kum kiba bu mulera. Kakin chak nawagawa bakon. Donk kiba nukunek. Tanga boksha naknong.
Justedan kelva. Och i sidan kelva. Unitutla pandevokelva. Och i sidan kelva var inogan kelva. When now for the Jufta. She enjoyed it out. And Rashi good. She afterto. Upptäcker kris. Uudasta hjälpa. Vapuilta. Ja bundas. Linda Jufta. Kolotus. Ivan Reput. Ikelti Rimo. Pienfuti Borovang. She afterto. She enjoyed it out. And Rashi good. And she behind Bolivia. When now for the Jufta. Oh,
Takumjus takmiki grabulmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Dolbabank. Anaru. Ka bolawana chikne. Pamule slimo podadana nanga kumis mule rames.
Kuyabi juskuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun slimo patona. Rundi hodonga chihonkabi. Jawana bota ayua tahonga chakanki dora. Kachi kuita hodonga. Topa da bunkwalya gando do nado chutchut. Muksha papangpa bola wana chikne. Pamuli slemo poda wanga kun bes mulira rabes. Tiska du suki kumpa na bona naikachu. Tuinkotu. Topa da bunkwalya gando nago chutchut. Kabachi kuita hodonga. Yalamo inkatun. Jiloba mulira ni bobo. Wango kumbes gang. Mamarulira. Jawana bota ayuat tahonga chakanki dora. Kachi kuita hodonga. Topada bungwalia gando do nano chut. Musha papampa. Bola wana chikne. Mamuli slemo boda wanga kumbes mulira rabes. Kuyami juskuna chitanai. Ina kun mamarulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Undi hodonga chihonkabi. Kuyami juskuna chitanai. Ina kun mamarulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Undi hodonga chihonkabi. Ubapatu kochi. Tong nongbong shang nung yang. Tong katok smakdelia.
Tunnituflaffan divukelfa, oisidan kelfavan inugan kelfa. Ansvarade gurisa tutnide andevat, pentundas tuoda. Tunnituflaffan divukelfa, oisidan kelfavan inugan kelfa. Kolotustivan vevut, uftäkelt kris. Puntas, uftäkelt kris. Puntas ska kämpa. Uftäkelt kris. Puntas ska kämpa. Papuilta. Puntas, lite kufta. Kolotus, Ivanlevut, pitkälti rimo. Den fusi poravan.
Jiskadosoki, Kopa Bono Nakachu, Labora na Winki Smaktoma, Kuyami Jusku Chitanai, Uchua Penki, Topa na Otavokasa, Yubabato Kanchi, Yatuka Ulan, Tinguingoka, Kimba ni Chalora Kun, Tung Abashun ni Chunchi, Kakincha Nawabagaon, Changwaba Chinyo, Shangwi Chama Ucha, Wishu Yung Kun. Ang ituang machi. Jiskadosoki, Koping.
Kontichani, mulira asyong turong umni patogawan ka dize. Ikraftug hatu, chichiya. Watayuma kawama huhanek, kipuna. Puna na kachu. Kimbano mulina natuana. Tonkin bano kunek, kavatumpa kun palia mokata, wanga kun bisking ba mulira, kakincha na kuagba kun, kavatumpa kulpalia potenya.
Tuftadan kelfa, oisidan kelfa. Tunnituflaffan divukelfa, oisidan kelfa van inugan kelfa. Uftäkelt kris. Puntas ska kämpa. Papuilta. Puntas, lite kufta. Kolotus, Ivanlevut, pitkälti rimo. Den fusi poravan.
Wanna check young? Wanna vota con titariti? Chichintoma tunka kola yamitwa. Na kanki chikinai potoka. Na wanna vota. Kenchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watu yama kama wana henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa. Dong abuk shami nonok.
La boda ni winki smak toma. Wana kun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna jiktanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi. Uba patu kochi. Tong nongbong shang yung yang. Tong patok smak delia.
She offered to. She endured it out. And Raji put. And she began Bolivia. And now for the Tufta. Toyo. Tuftadan Gelva. Horicidan Gelva. Tuntufla Pandigo Gelva. Horicidan Gelva. Vaninogan Gelva.
Uba patu kochi. Tong nongbong shang yung yang. Tong patok smak delia. Kuyabi just kuna jiktanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi. Chiska du sukiku ba nabola naikachu. Tuin kotu. Topada punkwalya gandonago chuchut. Kabachi kuita hadonga. Yalamo inkapun. Jiloba mulirani obo. Wango kumpes gang. Ba mama rulira. Yatoka ulwan kinkuna ba mulira. Rachikun. Mucha shakpangpa.
People, hear me! Before I present the so-called champion of the Becks with their prize, there is something you must know. The winning rider cheated! Your Swoop bike was using a prototype accelerator. Clearly an unfair advantage. Because of this hidden Beck treachery, I'm withdrawing the Vulkar's share of the victory prize.
Jawana bota ayuata honga chakanki dora. Kachi kuita hodonga. Topada bungwalia gando do nano chuchu. Musha papangpa, bola wana chikne. Bamuli slemo, boda wanga kun bes mulira rabes.
You old fool! Your traditions are nothing to me. I am the wave of the future. If I want to withdraw the prize and sell this woman on the slave market myself, nobody can stop me.
I might have something to say about that, Brejik.
What? Impossible. You were restrained by a neural disruptor. How could you have possibly summoned the will to free yourself?
You underestimate the strength of a Jedi's mind, Brejik. A mistake you won't live to regret.
Vulkars, to me! Kill this woman! Kill the Swoop Rider! Kill them all!
maybe those bloody Vulkars will think twice next time before trying to keep a Jedi prisoner. And as for you, if you think you can collect me as a prize... Wait, I don't believe this. You're one of the soldiers with the Republic fleet, aren't you? Yes, I'm sure of it. How did you end up racing for these Swoop gangs? You must have banked a turn too sharply, because it sounds like all the blood has rushed from your brain. I am Bastila, a member of the Jedi Order and a fleet commander for the Republic. Nobody owns me. Now, we don't have time for joking around. What are you doing here? Save me. Is that what you were trying to accomplish by riding in that swoop race? Well, as far as rescues go, this is a pretty poor example. In case you hadn't noticed, I managed to free myself from that neural restraint collar without your help. In fact, it's more accurate to say that I saved you. Brejik and his Vulkars would have left you for dead if I hadn't stepped into that fight. You're lucky I was here to get you out of this mess. I may have been a prisoner, but a Jedi is never helpless. Maybe you've heard of a little thing called the Force? But I suppose I shouldn't be too hard on you. You did try to save me after all, even if it didn't go quite as planned. So let's get down to business. We're not out of danger yet. If I'm going to figure out a way for us to get off this planet, I need to know what kind of resources we can draw on. First, are we the only two survivors left from the Ender Spire? The Republic, for one. I was a fleet commander, remember? But I don't want you getting all worked up over nothing. So tell me, do you have a plan to get off this planet? Karth Onasi is alive. Finally, some good news. Karth is one of the Republic's best soldiers. He's proved himself a hero a dozen times over. And he sent you here to save me. Maybe I misjudged you. Karth wouldn't have sent you if he wasn't confident in your abilities. Forgive me. Despite my Jedi training, I still tend to act a bit rashly sometimes. Please, take me to Karth right away. Between the three of us, I'm sure we can figure out some way to get off this planet before the Sith realize we're here. You cannot win, Revan.
Bastila, you're alive! Finally, things are looking up. Now I just need to figure out a way to get off this planet.
You mean you don't have a plan to get off Taris yet? What have you been doing all this time? My attitude. It strikes me that you are the one in sore need of an attitude adjustment. I happen to be in charge of this mission, if you'll recall.
I know you're new at this, Bastila, but a leader doesn't berate her troops just because things aren't going as planned. Don't let your ego get in the way of the real issues here.
That hardly strikes me as an appropriate way of addressing your commander, Karth. I am a member of the Jedi Order, and this is my mission. Don't forget that. My battle meditation ability has helped the Republic many times in this war, and it will serve us well here, I'm sure.
Your talents might win us a few battles, but that doesn't make you a good leader. A good leader would at least listen to the advice of those who have seen more combat than she ever will. You know, I had my doubts about this mission, but I figured the Jedi Council wouldn't put you in charge if you weren't prepared. And here you are, acting like a spoiled child.
I see. It's true that I don't have much military experience. Perhaps I should not be so quick to judge. Very well, Karth. What do you suggest we do?
First off, we can't get hung up on who's in charge. We all need to work together if we want to get off this rock. The answer is out there, we just have to find it.
Well said, Karth. And the sooner we start looking, the better. I've already been a prisoner of the Vulkars, and I don't plan on being captured by the Sith. I think we'll need some help getting off Taris. Maybe if we ask around, one of the locals can help us out. We should probably start by asking around in the cantinas. Is something wrong? You seem as if something's troubling you. A vision? A vision of what? It's strange. Such visions are often a sign of Force sensitivity. I'm not sure. It may be that you have some connection to the Force. It would not be unheard of. When we first met, your natural talent may have fed off my own Force abilities. It is possible that in the excitement of the battle's aftermath, the Force allowed you to witness one of my more intense memories. The Force is complicated. Even I, with all my training, cannot fully understand it yet. This is a matter best left to the wise masters of the Jedi Council. Once we escape Taris, we can seek the guidance of the Council if you wish. They will understand the significance of your vision, if there is any. However, I think it would be best if we all stayed focused on the task at hand right now. We can't afford any distractions. We need to find a way off Taris.